So, welcome everyone to episode 12 of Shark Attack Case Files. I guess before we get started, I just want to say, sorry about the sound quality. Episode 11, shocking to be honest. So, I've just uploaded that one again, deleted the old one, just get rid of it, get rid of the evidence. So, let's just dive into episode 12, and hopefully moving forward the sound quality is acceptable. So today we're going to go back to the Mediterranean. So in episode 9 we covered some stuff off Croatia in here, in the Adriatic, and then what was it, episode 4? Yeah, episode 4 was the Luciano Costanza attack, which was on the west coast of Italy, up here. But today we're going to the Ionian Sea, which is this sea here, which goes from the southern tip of sort of Italy or near Sicily across here, and then from sort of Brindisi across to southern tip of Albania. This is all known as the Ionian Sea. And we're going to go to Corfu. So Corfu's like this island here, just right off the coast of Greece. It's a popular tourist destination for Europeans in particular. Nice climate, really warm sea, good food, all the rest of it. So this attack we're going to be looking at, happened at a place called Monrapos. This estate here, just down from the main port. Just south of the main port, there's this estate here. Yeah, and the attack happened just off the coast here. And then just looking at some statistics as normal, and then just like everywhere in the Mediterranean, you have this phenomenon where you have a very, very high percentage of fatalities. So in Greece itself as a whole, there's been 19 confirmed attacks, pretty much all great white sharks, and 14 of those fatalities. So as we've seen before in the Mediterranean, although it's more scarce in the last 20 years, if you get attacked by a great white shark, often than not it's a large shark, and then often than not it will kill you and eat you. So yeah, that's the Mediterranean. And the last attack was 2014, although that was like potentially it was like a sea disaster. Like a lot of people went in the water, and somebody did get bitten by a shark. 2014, and then the records date back to 493 BC. So if you know who Herodotus is, the famous sort of Greek, I don't know what you call him, historian, author, poet. He wrote a lot of history about, like, you know, the Spartans, the Persians, all the rest of it. And then even Herodotus made comments in his writings about people getting attacked by sharks. So just goes to show that, yeah, people have been getting murked by sharks in the Mediterranean for thousands of years. I think I mentioned that before, with some ancient pottery was discovered depicting shark attacks. Yeah, and then Corfu itself, strangely enough, even for such a small island, it's had 6 attacks, and 4 of those have been fatal. So just on that one tiny little Mediterranean island, you've had 4 attacks, 6 attacks, 4 fatalities, all great whites. Yeah, just to mention, this attack itself was recommended by somebody in the comments. This guy, Filthy Disgusting Ape. So I'm not sure if that's his real name, but he made a comment about Corfu having a large amount of statistics in the Ionian Sea. So, and he made mention of this attack, and also mentioned that his grandfather used to tell him about this attack. So this is the kind of thing that I like to see. So this is really what YouTube's all about, I guess, in the comments, if you've got more information than what's written in the literature, because the longer time goes along, this information gets diluted, and it's a real shame that a lot of these eyewitnesses who witnessed this stuff, you never get proper testaments, and that's really the information that we're looking for. That's the real good stuff. So thanks to Filthy Disgusting Ape, really, for recommending this one. So let's dive in. Yeah, so location, Corfu, Greece, Ionian Sea. The attack happened way back Friday, August 1951. I'm not sure if I had the date. 1 second. Yeah, it's the 17th of August 1951. Sorry about that. Yeah, so Vanda Pieri was 18, and she was the victim of a fatality, and then she was also swimming with a boyfriend, I believe, Georgios. I'm going to try and pronounce this guy's name. I guess it's Georgios Athanasias. Georgios Athanasias. So he was also 18. So they were two 18-year-olds. Couple of lovebirds, I guess, if you want to say that. So they were swimming together. Species was a great white shark, and the attack happened. As I mentioned, just in this little bay here next to this wooded area. And I mean, the Ionian Sea. I've swam in the Ionian Sea myself, and it is so warm. It's like a bath, and like this time of year, the water temperature is 26 degrees, which is absolutely, just really pleasant to be in. And the water depth was 6 to 8 meters. Fatal attack on Vanda. So they were just basically swimming together, and there was other people in the water. But if I get into a little bit more of the narrative, so what happened was they were swimming quite a ways offshore. So the accounts vary a little bit. Some people say it was about 150 meters offshore. These are like eyewitnesses, but the actual Georgios himself said that he thought they were 200 to 350 meters offshore, which is aside from the coast or offshore, whatever you want to say it. So they were quite a ways off. I don't know why they were that far out, but it was reasonably shallow. So I think it's quite shallow for quite a way offshore. So 6 to 8 meter water depth. So they probably were somewhere around 200 meters, anywhere between 150 and 200 meters offshore. Yeah, and then what happened was they were I guess swimming. I don't know whether they were swimming parallel or back in or away. That's not really featured, but initially Vanda had not noticed the shark, but Georgios had noticed the shark before. And as they were swimming, I think Vanda caught Georgios' attention, and she asked what's wrong, because she must have noticed that his face had turned, or the colour had drained from his face. And apparently he said nothing, but answered, I think there's a dolphin. I think there's some dolphins near us. But in the meantime, this huge shark just swam past them, and then swam past them on the surface. So just like swam past them. So they were probably swimming. The shark went past them, just probably checking them out, because this is what sharks do. So the shark swam past them, and then went under the water. And it's believed then the shark then turned. And this is the funny thing about this attack, is that when the shark turned, eyewitnesses and Georgios himself said that then as the shark swam past them and turned, it basically just stayed still in the water. Stayed still looking at them for a period of time. I imagine if you were there, it probably felt like an eternity. And then once it had finished eyeing them up or doing whatever it was doing, it then launched an attack, and then went straight for Vanda. Just took her by the upper section, and then just bit her in half, and then all that was left was her two legs were just left on the surface of the water after a shark had finished attacking her. But I believe what happened is that this guy Georgios, because he was so close to her, as the shark came up and got hold of her, he tried to fight the shark. I think this is what happened, because he sustained some injuries, but they weren't from an attack. They were just from him, I guess, trying to fight the shark or pull her out or whatever. So this guy's Greek, so he's probably descended from Achilles himself. So this guy went for it, tried to grab hold of her, fight the shark, obviously to no avail. And then the shark, just basically snapped her in half, blood everywhere. Swallowed her. Two legs came up. And then they also didn't recover anything, so it's not mentioned what happened after, whether the shark came back, but they never recovered the two legs. So I can only assume that once the shark had eaten her, it ate the legs as well. But this guy, I think that what happened is he tried his hardest, and then he must have gave up, and then apparently a boat came over, pulled him out. And then he apparently he only had minor injuries, so I'm pretty sure it was from basically trying to fight this shark almost. So Yeah, crazy. And apparently this shark stayed close to the area for a number of hours, and that when the Greek Navy came in and saw the shark, but they didn't shoot at it because there was a lot of you know, beach goers and a lot of people, and they didn't want to start spraying bullets everywhere because you're gonna cause more harm than good. And yeah, there was various reports of the size of the shark. I mean, some idiots said it was 15 meters long, which is obviously rubbish. And then other people said it was 7 to 8 meters long. But I imagine it was just a very large shark, very large, one of these Mediterranean sharks. So the shark probably, I guess, it's probably going to be 6 meters, maybe like an 18-20 footer. So a big shark, but it's not going to be some crazy size. Yeah. So, but in the initial attack, it basically took half her body from her head to her hips. Yeah, absolutely insane. Yeah, and then just to round it off, although sharks are rare in the Mediterranean now, but just because of overpopulation, overfishing, just poor management and conservation, unfortunately, that they're really rare. But this picture here was actually taken in Corfu, January 28th, 2019. And to me, that looks like a large shark fin, but apparently the local harbour master tried to palm it off and say that it was a dogfish, but I mean, that ain't no dogfish. So, these sharks are still out there, but they're just extremely rare now. And they're endangered basically in the Mediterranean. So it'll be many years, unless there's some conservation effort, they'll probably die out eventually, unfortunately. So these attacks are a bygone era now. But yeah, hopefully the sound quality is better now, and hope you enjoyed that episode. So tune in next time.